There are lots of different ways that you can kill yourself that are, efficient with your carbon footprint, but right, if you're gonna go out, go out. Buy some heroin from Afghanistan.
But people are just not talking about the air miles of heroin. As much as they should be, and I think, 3D printed heroin.
3D printed heroin. Are any progressive chemists in the audience trying to reduce their carbon footprint? Hit us up after the show.
Find some disruptive, because let's face it, no one wants to. The mind is a terrible place to be sober all the time in this world, so clearly.
And the problem is that our real carbon footprint comes from all the shit that we actually enjoy from life, like coffee,
bacon,
wine,
whiskey,
sparkling water.
We already did cocaine.
Okay, yeah, we already did cocaine. We covered that, but think about it, you guys. All of the things that we truly love in life are also the worst.
All the good. It's kind of like it's a tongue twister. Which whiskey wastes worst?
Say it twice and you'll win a prize. It's a beer.
They make you ask for water like 17 times while they're just like bringing you shot after shot.
Yeah, right. So when you think about
What's
it,
the solution?
You're depleting Kentucky instead of California. What's up, everybody? Export it.
I mean, is the only thing we can feel good drinking bathtub gin.
It's the only way to wash your sorrows away anyway, all things considered. You can't see the water level rise when you go blind.
And another silver lining. I've been reading about liquor that's transported by sailboat. I'd say investment tip number 3 of this evening.
Investment tip number 3.
Sailboats, transportation, and you can live in them no matter what the sea level is.
Right. See, right? We had some audience members earlier who were living on the boats. You guys, it's right over here. Just take some pro tips. They'll be up here.
But we were wondering, because we're always feeling so bad at like trying to get our lowest carbon footprint. What's the highest carbon footprint thing you could do? Like if you just were really trying to knock it out of the park.
Ooh, yeah, totally. Anybody got any ideas? I'll start.
Cruise?
Go on a cruise!
You know what? Go on a cruise and order the steak dinner.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that. I'm gonna say surf and turf, steak and caviar.
You know what? I'll even one up you guys. I'm gonna say put this cow on the boat and put the sturgeon on an airplane to the boat, and then
the sturgeon are constantly circling the cruise ship ready to deploy.
At any given point, you gotta feed them with all of these imported fish and stuff like that.
But I have to say that the most carbon intensive thing I heard about in real life recently was Johnny Depp's terriers. Did you guys manage to catch that? Where he smuggled them into Australia, and then on threat of death, he flew them back to America on a private plane. The man has recycling detention until about 2150, I would say.
Right. Just to prevent his cat, but that's laudable, right? He's trying to prevent the extinction of his 3 dogs.
Of Sparkles and Sprinkles. But see, it's like Vanilla Sky. Like he has to pay people that haven't even been born yet to continue to recycle for him for the next 150 years because he flew his terriers on a private jet intercontinentally.
Right. So fuck that guy.
Anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean, it just never stops.
but okay, right. Okay, you've been here for 30 minutes. You've endured the cold. It's very terrible out here, and we all appreciate it. But you know what that means, you guys? It's time to put a label on it.
Yeah, it's like, are you just like hanging out? Are you just Netflix and chilling, or is this something more?
This is more, dude, you guys. I'm ready to put a ring on it. I'm going to say it out loud, you guys. I'm an environmentalist. No, I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm coming out. I'm sorry, you guys.
So we wanted to help you guys out and just help you figure out if you're an environmentalist. So for example, you might be an environmentalist if you're at this show right now.
Everyone, give it up for yourselves for coming out. Very good, very brave. Very, very brave.
I don't even believe in climate change. It's so cold out right now, huh?
How about this? Okay, you know that you're an environmentalist, and I said this before, I'll say it again. You know you're an environmentalist when you're walking down the aisle at the grocery store. There's 30 million choices, and the one you pick is the one with the monkey in the tree, 9 times out of 10.
Tree monkey, it's also how I buy my wine. Worst idea with wine. But you might be an environmentalist if you feel guilty when you're showering. And like a criminal when you piss. That's 25 cups of drinking water, people.
You guys, how about this? You might be an environmentalist when you have at least 15 clean canteens in the landfill right now.
I can't keep it. I lose them, and they all look the same, and I'm not. Oh.
Everybody steals them, and
see it in my mind, my pile of reusable things I've lost.
It's 1 ton of
What's the
carbon.
life cycle analysis on my forgetfulness?
How about this? You might be an environmentalist when you have. Oh no, can't read that. That's
Contemplated suicide is the ultimate carbon reduction. That's what that said. It was too depressing. Oh, we've all been there, probably during shower time. Oh, I'm so guilty. Should I just
I'm so
end it
sorry.
now?
I'm so sorry.
I'm from Chicago. I'm not ready for this. It's like, and now we can't drink water? Fuck.
Right. It's hard to live in places with climates that aren't like California, you guys. Jessie was close to committing suicide. She moved here, and now she's got to go back.
It's pretty, basically, we're just all glad that you're all still alive at this point in the show.
Speaking of this point in the show, does anybody else want to hear another Bernie Sanders
Bernie Sanders
quote?
quote.
Anybody else?
Yes, definitely be reading.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Hopefully the real Bernie will say it, otherwise I'm going to have to shoot again.
Was climate change. Do you still believe that?
Absolutely. In fact, climate change is directly related to the growth of terrorism. And if we do not get our act together and listen to what the scientists say, you're going to see countries all over the world. This is what the CIA says. They're going to be struggling over limited amounts of water, limited amounts of land to grow their crops. And you're going to see all kinds of international conflict. But of course, international terrorism is a major issue that we have got to address today.
And now I'm going to do a rap about climate change and terrorism, just to lighten the mood. Okay. Get ready for that. I wrote this when like 9/11 was never forget, We kind of forgot, anyway. It's a 9/11 call and we're under attack. Ecosystems everywhere about to collapse. Headed for the cliff, no plans to stop. Pumping that gas till the very last drop. Drill, baby, drill. Glaciers, polar bears, birds, and bees are gonna suffer the effects of this warming disease. We think we're cool, cause we got AC, but won't be long till these monsters can't hide their sneeze. Morons tried to warn us, we ignored the clues. Now it's time to ante up and pay the dues, cause it's a double A Earth. Heard the news? The only kid inside it's too late to choose. Freedom's just another word for nothing to lose, but we're turning up the heat like a nation of fools. Dinosaurs are gonna cause a second extinction. It's burning the oil, it's creating emissions. We're choking to death on our fossil fuel addiction. We know we should quit, but we won't take the prescription. Headed for the cliff, no plans to stop. Pumping that gas till the very last drop. 9/11 call, under attack. Ecosystems everywhere about to collapse. We're lemmings on amphetamines headed for the cliff, so buckle up and grab your climate change bucket list. You're like, Jesse, what's the climate change bucket list? Well, you know what? I'm actually going to tell you. Cool. Glaciers melting in the national parks. Permafrost is going to need a new trademark. Because kind of, sort of, sometimes frost isn't the same. Admit it or not, we're changing the game. All these bogus politicians that are repping for industry, do they not believe in dinosaurs or understand history? Listen to their lies till they start to believe them. Refuse to recognize that we're changing the seasons. I try to see America's road out of here, but it's blocked by the economy, jobs, and fear. We blew $1 trillion for the oil in the soil. Now we're unemployed, choking on the recoil. We could save the planet and go back to work, but we're gonna need some new priorities first. Wind and solar panels, not SUVs. We could retrofit the nation while we save some trees, cause it's a 9/11 call. We're under attack. Ecosystems everywhere about to collapse. Headed for the cliff, no plans to stop. Pumping that gas till the very last drop. It's a 9/11 call and we're under attack. Ecosystems everywhere about to collapse. It's a jihad on nature and we're the terrorists. So better get started on your climate change bucket list. Say what? Just like a light joke about global warming. Science people. Every day. Still a thing. I'm out.